Mic check 1 2 1 2, you guys. How could I forget the most important thing? My microphone. Hey Avi, what about now? Can you hear my voice now? Please tell me you can hear my voice now. Mic check. All right, it's good now. It's good. Thank you. Thank you. How's it going, Avi? You're the first person in here. Nick, how's it going? Second person in here. The famous fly guy. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the stream. I forgot the microphone at the last possible second. Oh my god. I was gonna say let's run a poll, but I really don't know what to say for the poll. So damn it. I guess we're done. I guess I'm cooked. Oh, so I just got back from a 1 kilometer walk. Nick says they're back in the UK. Okay, right on. I take it you guys figured I'm back on schedule on my 11 p.m. streams. Happy to be hanging out with you guys. My tripod is a little bit finicky right now. It's a little bit, I don't know, a little piece of plastic almost broke off whenever I was getting ready to live stream. Oh, but we're here. We made it. Looking forward to hanging out with you guys, having a good little chit chat before I go to the gym. I'm glad my microphone's working. Nick says, "Why do you have a mic?" I think it's because it's better. I think it's because it's better microphone quality. I think maybe like you can turn the volume down on your phone or your computer, whatever you're doing, and therefore you can enjoy it more, right? Rather than just relying on the audio of my phone or whatever. I might have to raise my voice or whatever the case may be. I don't know. How's it going with you guys? Where are y'all from, chat? Comment below. Where are y'all from? Right now, I'm from New Brunswick, Canada, live. Nick says, when did I get my microphone? Well, I had this microphone for a couple months now, but I recently purchased this little wind blocker 3-4 days ago. What's up, guys? I see you in there, 6 people. Where are y'all from? Are you guys new or what? Yeah, so you guys aren't going to believe this, but I went for like a 2 kilometer walk today to get some milk. I got milk on sale. I got like 8 liters of milk for $6. It's a pretty good deal. Pretty damn good deal if you ask me. Joey, no, I did not. I did not take any smoke, bro. No smoke. Nick says, you know where I'm from. That's true. Hey, Amanda, what's up? What's up, CB? How's it going, guys? We've got a lot of the OG crew in here. What's crack-a-lackin'? We got our first weird commenter in the stream. Ah, come on. I just started the stream. Hey, everybody, how's it going? Comment below, where are y'all from? Never mind that strange person. What whiskey do I like? I don't drink alcohol. I never drank alcohol for 7 years. 7 years, never had a drink. Why? What kind of whiskey do you like, Avi? We got a North America crew in here, or what? Or we got the international crew, or what? I like Famous Grouse. Okay, yeah. I have no idea what that is. No idea what Famous Grouse is. But hopefully, I'm looking forward to my buddy Chris driving me to the gym later, and we're gonna get some arm wrestling training in. I think I do some arms, train my arms, trying to get bigger hands, arm wrestling hands. I like to get bigger hands to train the muscle on the side, the pinky muscle and the thumb muscle. I'm from Europe. Bigger. I said I'm trying to get bigger, like trying to get bigger at the gym for working out. Trying to get huge. Trying to get huge. That's all. Simple as that. Yeah. Like Famous Grouse's beer. Okay, right on. Yeah, so last night I slept pretty good there. Had another nightmare there. Lately, last couple of nights I've been getting these nightmares. I don't know what that is, Harrison. I have no idea what you're talking about, dude. I have no idea. Hey, Deborah. Deborah from Texas. I think you've been here before, hey, Deb? I think you've been here before. I've met at least one other Deborah from here, so I'm pretty sure you've been here before. Da 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 da. Harrison says I got nightmares about immigrants. Really? Well, most of them are good people. It's probably just a small percentage that's like bad people. Nick says, guess what? What's up, man? From Venus. Deborah says, I have. Yeah, yeah. I thought I remembered you. I thought I remembered you. It's been a while. How's it going? I'm just chilling. Yeah. Talk about whatever. Talk about whatever. Yeah, lately I've been feeling pretty good too. It feels good to feel good. Oh yeah, Harrison. Yeah, yeah. Immigrants. Yeah, yeah. Keir Starmer, is big time into that stuff. Marcus says they got the same haircut as me. Shaved head, huh? Okay. I shaved a couple days ago. Nick says I got promoted. Okay, congratulations, dude. Congratulations. So what does that mean when a cargo airplane pilot gets a promotion? Does that mean you just fly a bigger plane or what? Does your plane get even bigger? If that's possible? Oh, Harrison, really? Is that true? Okay, okay. You got one in Turkey. Okay. Huh. Awesome. Is it true that like you have to sleep sitting down because you can't put pressure on your head when you just recently got a hair transplant because they don't, all the skin is exposed and everything. They don't want you to like press anything on your head or wear hats or anything. 70 degrees, right on, right on. Yeah, I guess in BC and Vancouver there, it's nice weather in Canada too. I'm from eastern New Brunswick, so it's still cold here for me, unfortunately, but super cold. Well, so cold. Yeah. What's up, Ben? How's it going? Yeah, so I tried doing some like looks maxing for you guys today there. I tried better lighting and all that kind of stuff. I thought maybe I'd get more viewers or something like that. But it's not working. It's not working, I don't think. My God. Oh well. Oh well. What's up, IJA? How's it going? Oh yeah, I might go get a little coffee later. Might go get a little coffee later. Usually lately, last couple days, I've been getting extra large double doubles. How many push-ups can I do? Not many. Not many. I suck at push-ups. My chest is kind of mid, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I get to choose when to fly, and I can fly my dad or my mom. Only one. Okay. All right, dude. All right. Turquoise says, "Am I British?" Nope. I'm Scottish actually, and our heritage we moved to Quebec about 150 years ago. What's an AFL reaction? We Aussies go. You like that? Is that like AFL? What's that? Do I take creatine? No, I do not. No, pretty much all natural, just totally natural. Not even creatine. I find it affected me. Taking creatine, I didn't like it. I don't know. I just didn't like it. Let's take it to views. Can I beatbox? No. My microphone kind of sounds like under the water. Eh? Okay, really? Hey guys, hey 15 people, what's up? Comment below where y'all from. 100K fans at the stadium. Have I ever had Indian food? No, I haven't. No, I have not. No, I have not. Hannibal. Yeah, no, I'm natural. I've been training since 2019 and been natural the whole time. Of course, you can tell I don't look that huge. I don't look that huge, gang. But I used to love strength training and stuff like that, but I had to lock in on other stuff in my life. Vibe with the barber's disc. Oh, your dog gave birth today. Okay, right on, man. Congrats, congrats. What kind of dog? Yeah. Do I have a black belt? No. Deborah says, what is the blank? Huh. Yeah, so right now, gotta go to the gym in about an hour. Do I have a wife? No, I do not. No, I do not. Single man here. live streaming to you from New Brunswick. Nicholas says it's a Labrador. Okay, I had a Labrador too. I had a black lab growing up. Her name was Pepsi because she was black. Deb says, what's the topic? Just reading comments, hanging out with people. I find this is just a place to chill, get away from the world type thing. Deb says, I joined a little bit late. Well, 10 minutes late. You're only 10 minutes late. Nathan says, I will save Canada. Do it. Do it, Nathan. Dante says, is this AI? Yeah, everybody says that now. I almost feel like people say that just as like a trickery type thing. Everybody's screwing around with everybody online. Everybody says, is this AI? Is this AI? Not for me, but just for like any videos or whatever. My God. It's what AI, man. Ugh. Let's not talk about that. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. Smoothie, what's up? My dog's called Maggie? Maggie and Jack? Okay, that's cool, that's cool. So you got, obviously, a female dog and a male dog, okay? Ryan, what's up, Ryan? Welcome, dude. Welcome back. Oh, Presh, you're going to Banff, Alberta. Okay, right on. What are you going to Banff for? You going to Banff for work, Presh? Yeah, I'm Batman. Don't tell anyone, says Avi. How does it feel to have blue eyes and do things? It feels normal to have blue eyes. You guys want me to look a little bit closer for you? Show you my blue eyes a little bit more? A little bit more? Are we AI, says Dante. Oh my God. Smoothie? Nah, dude. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid, dude. I gotta be honest with you. I used to think smart people were really smart, and then I got a little bit smarter, and then I realized that smart people are dumb, and now I'm like, oh shit, you know? Like, we need to lock in, man. We need to lock in, like, in terms of Canada. Like, we got to get houses and stuff built. Oh, Nicholas, thank you, man. David, eh? Thank you, bro. Thank you. Yeah. I also had a cat named Queenie once, and somebody named Sarah named her cat after me, Queenie Jr., because I had a cat named Queenie. My eyes are similar to Katy Perry's, really. Yeah, on tourist visa. Okay, you're going to Banff on a visa, Prash. Okay, okay. Blue eyes are cool. They look expensive. Yeah. The benefit of having blue eyes means you can see in the dark really good, but the disadvantage is that blue eyes are more sensitive. That's the pros and the cons. Because I guess a long time ago, people had to get blue eyes because they lived in a really cold environment where it's dark, and you could see at night. Abby says, David, you fight someone before? Not as a man. As a young, before adulthood, yeah, I used to get in fights. Australian rules, Australian footy, Australia's game. Highest attended sports league per capita. Massive stadiums. Big hits with no pads. I never heard of that. Australian footy. Wow, Australian footy. Has anybody else ever heard of something called Australian footy? It's a blot. Nick says one day want to collab. Yeah, maybe so, dude, if you want. If you want. Figure something out. I'm open to whatever. Velik says, hey, David, how are you? I'm Velik. Welcome to the stream. I'm just reading comments, chilling. Blot says they've been sick. The Aussie girl. Okay, yeah, okay. Right. I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? We're getting lots of Australians in here today. That's good. Precious Australia has lots of snakes. Yeah, I jumped in a pit of snakes one time, like back in 2017, to prove to my friends I wasn't afraid of snakes. So that kind of didn't really pan out too well. When I jumped in the pit, it was like a rock pit where the snakes sunbathed. And anyways, I thought there was like 20. There was like 200 because they all camouflaged in with the rocks. But I didn't care. And when I jumped in, I landed right in the babies, right around the babies and everything. All the little baby white snakes with little red eyes, still developing. Yeah, they're so cute. Got a video on my channel. Aussie Footy. Okay, okay. Right on, man. Well, maybe I'll subscribe to you and check it out sometime or whatever. I don't know if I can subscribe to you from here. No, I can't, unfortunately. Damn it. All right, well, maybe if you comment at the end of this video, I'll click on your channel and subscribe if I remember, if you remember. Marcus says, did I ever break a bone before? Yeah, I broke my left elbow one time. The funny bone? The funny bone. Python named Clingy. Oh, that's so cute. I love little snakes. I love snakes. Well, I like garden snakes, little green snakes and stuff. You had a baby crocodile. Okay. Yeah, little lizards and stuff. I like that stuff. I had a lizard one time. He was on my shoulder and he bit me too. He bit my ear. FaZe says, if I subscribe, can I find you a girlfriend? FaZe, if you stick around long enough, you might find a girlfriend on here. You never know. Maybe Deborah. You still here, Deb? Deb from Texas. Texas, nice place. Blot says, I broke 3 bones in 11 years. Oh my god. Yeah. Me, it was just my elbow. Just my elbow. Carney the goat. Ah, Charlie. Why you gotta jump in here with that? Don't say that. Don't say that now. Is he the goat? I don't know. He's just a figurehead. He's just a figurehead. In Canada, my car was about to hit a moose at night on the highway. It's definitely going. Oh my god, really? Yeah, well, if you lived in Canada, that happens to all of us, Prash. That happens to all of us. Nick says, I have a wife. Oh, yeah, I remember you saying that, Nick. Yeah, I remember you saying that, too, yeah. Faces Deborah Wild. I don't know. Maybe she left now. She probably left, I guess. Your arm, finger, and foot. Okay, okay, yeah. Well, all the things that's, furthest away from you. So it's kind of good in a way. I had a buddy who cracked a rib from sneezing. All right. Anonymous, what's up? Anonymous, how's it going? Classic profile picture. A cookie recipe. Oh, we got Epstein in here. Oh my god. Oh my god. So, what do you guys got going on today? What do you guys have planned? What are you guys doing? What's all new? I'm just gonna go to the gym. Hopefully, if I'm lucky, my buddy will drive me to the grocery store. I seen pork chops on sale. Thinking we're doing lemon and orange, zesty lemon and orange pork chops. Sounds weird, but we need a new president in Greenland. Huh, wow. Nick says, when's my B-day? September. Yeah. Well, good for you, Blot. Good. It's good that you're safe. Refried says that they're gonna. Oh my god! My car and watch Dragon Ball Z. Oh man. Hopefully, someone calls me for a job interview. That's my plans. Really. Well, I mean, the jobs are out there. You can definitely find a job. It's just that you're probably going to find a crappy job. There's a lot of crappy jobs out there, but there's very few good jobs out there. You know what I mean? Hey, Mark. Yeah, I go to the gym. I don't train as hardcore as I used to with heavy weights and everything, but, I still go and get a pump and get the blood flow type thing. What about you, man? Okay, Blot. Okay, cool. Kay says we can't. I don't know. I don't look too pale, do I? Not too pale. I mean, hey, what are we, mid-February in Canada? I mean, the only tan people in Canada, in Eastern Canada, is the ones who get in those sun things there where they lock themselves in, eh? And I don't want to get that. It's bad to go in those skin things, eh? What's up, Nick? I don't know what my deadlift is. I was thinking about deadlifts the other day, but I don't really go that heavy, man. Just 225 probably. I don't know what my one rep max is, to tell you the truth. Kay said they haven't seen sunlight in 43 days. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I got a cousin who's like that too. He never goes outside. He just plays on the computer all the time. Uh, yeah. He used to get bullied in high school, and he quit high school in grade 9 and been on the computer ever since, and now he's like 45. Yeah, his name is Trevor. He's a nice guy, but he's got way too much anxiety. Uh, Jeff, what's up? Except Kirk. Oh my God, Jeff, are you just gonna say random stuff the whole thing? Mm. Canna says it's pretty tragic. Yeah, well, yeah, he just wanted to game and all that stuff for whatever. Yeah, it does kind of suck, I guess. But a lot of it has to do, like, with his mother, actually. His mom, not that I'm saying it's his fault, but her fault rather, but they could have worked as a team to do some business or something, but she never wanted him to grow up type thing, so he kind of never did grow up, and he just plays on the computer all the time. There's a lot of people like that. Is he happy though? Yeah, probably. He gets a lot of kidney stones because he doesn't move around a lot. If you don't move, you get kidney stones. Uh, Half of these issues stem from family issues. You are so right, Canna. Canna. I'll just call you Canna, dude. You are so right. That's good he still has his mom. Yeah, she's only like 65. Da, 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 da. Kidney stones, that's terrible. Yeah, he was getting big kidney stones too. He was getting kidney stones like almost like the size of a golf ball there. You'd have to get surgeries to get them removed or whatever. It's like, David, do not laugh at golf-sized kidney stones. It's not funny. He's in a lot of pain, but it's like, damn, bro. It's like, but if you're on the computer 16 hours a day and between the computer chair and sleeping, and you do that for 25 years, of course you're going to start getting kidney stones or something, from not moving around. That's the Gatorade. American exceptionalism is over, and we are tired. Scandinavian, Baltic Europe. Really, Mariah? Wow, you're really not a fan of the U.S. over there in Scandinavia, huh? What time is it for me? It's almost lunchtime. Almost lunchtime. Yeah, Ryan, we want to know. We want to know. Is Europe cooked? Mariah released the Trump files. Oh my God. Every time David Duthie does a live stream, I talk about politics one time. One time I talk about politics on my live stream, and now they want to talk about it every single freaking live stream. I'm just kidding. Jeff says, can I do a backflip? No, but I fantasize about doing backflips. I don't know. It's too scary. It's too scary. I'm scared I'll screw up and psych out halfway. Refried says it's the morning for you. Okay, man. Okay, what do you got going on for your morning? Tell us what's up. It's 2 a.m. for Blot. Okay, yeah, Australia. That makes sense. Three says I've been crying. Nope, not crying. But I have been doing like a eye cleaning kind of protocol. Canna says I got nice eyes. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks. My car was like making fumes or whatever because my head gasket blew in my car, and I kind of got fumes in my face, and I kind of screwed up my sinuses for a couple days. That's why I got red eyes. But it's been a couple days since I drove the car, so it's not really an excuse anymore. But I was like washing a warm cloth, and then I'll like, clean my eyes a little bit in the morning to get rid of that that sleepy dust that's kind of like mixed in with the head gasket fumes that burn my eyes or whatever. But I can still see fine and everything's fine. But yeah, my eyes are a little bit red there. But hopefully that goes away in a couple days. Do I have pink eye? No, no. I was just describing what took place. Nick says, bye, catch you later, man. Don't forget to feed those little puppies every 2-3 hours, eh? Red Eyes Black Dragon. They're just mad glossy. Okay, glossy, yeah. That's another thing, too, actually. My eyes were, with the the healing process, my eyes are, like, more lubricated than usual or whatever. I guess, I don't know. But, no, I haven't been crying or anything like that. But they're lubricated. My eyes were dry before. They're definitely not dry anymore. And it's awesome. I love it. I'm doing great. Why don't I wear my hat? I got it somewhere. Oh, yeah, I got the handkerchief. I got it right here, actually. I got my little handkerchief right here. Smoking cannabis. They don't have to make excuses. Well, everyone's got a different relationship with that stuff, eh? Some people do it too much and it screws up their family time, and some people do it barely any. And watch the FIFA World Cup. No one wants to travel to the USA. What? Oh, come on, Mariah. FIFA Cup? What are you talking about, the FIFA Cup? Right now is the Olympics, isn't it? Right now it's the Winter Olympics. Bear says, save Canada. I didn't know it was sick. Well, it's not sick. It just needs to be saved. Otherwise, it's not that it's, well, anyway. It's Canada. Oof, I mean, nice and lubed up. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Yeah, coming from you, Canna, eh? Because you smoke, you probably get dry eyes and it's annoying, eh? But at least I give you my little trick there whenever I said, like, sometimes dry eyes is because you got too much of that sleepy stuff in your eyes from when you sleep or whatever. You get that sand or whatever they call it. If you just lightly rub a cloth and wipe it off there, that helps with lubrication and stuff. But, you know, it just takes 5-10 minutes, and, you know, you got to go slow and do it every couple days, whatever. Does Canada have Italian food? No. No, we do not. Yes, we do. Of course we do. We got a lot of crappy pasta here in Canada. Let's take this hat off. The hat looked pretty good, though, eh? The hat looked pretty good. Ticket sales to Canada, Mexico are doing great. Ticket sales? What, like for a plane? Okay, Mariah, I gotta be honest with you, Mariah. I gotta be honest with you. Are you like a Russia bot or a China bot or something like that? You seem like Maria's Bankston Viking. Interesting. You say you're from Scandinavia. You say you don't like the U.S. I don't know. I think we might have a professional swindler maybe in the stream, eh? Bro, I have a bad habit of smoking too much as prash. Cigarettes or the other stuff? Prash. Brian says, what's my zodiac sign? I'm not sure. I kind of forget. I think it's a rooster. I think it's rooster. 2023 Olympics will be held in Australia. Oh, 2032. Sorry, yeah. 2032. Mariah, I'm a Varangian Russ from the Nordic countries. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought, so basically your ethnicity dictates who you don't like, basically. You don't really judge individuals or anything. You just put a blanket statement that you don't like the entire country or whatever because of who you are, or something like that. Miguel says hello and happy live stream. Thank you, Santos. Thank you. Haven't been in your live. Yeah, welcome back, man. Yeah, well, I'm starting to be more consistent. I'm going to try and go live at 11 a.m., 11 p.m. every single time. Bro said rooster. Yeah, well, the zodiac sign. I think rooster is a zodiac sign, isn't it? That's the Chinese zodiac sign, eh? Maybe it's not the American zodiac or whatever. There's different versions for different countries, I think, eh? Oh yeah, no, it's Virgo. Yeah. That's what it is, Ryan. Yeah, I'm Virgo, yeah. But for China, it's rooster. Sheet says 51st state. It's the name of Vikings from Sweden. Do I believe in the zodiac? Meh. I don't really think about it enough to really believe or not believe in it. I mean, sometimes I would read the horoscopes in the local paperwork in the businesses, right? But it's been a while since I read a newspaper. Oh, the year of the rooster, yeah. Yeah, in China they go by the year, I guess, eh? The year of the this, the that, the crab, the oyster, whatever, and all this different stuff, yeah. See you later, Blot. Catch you later. This guy says, how do we feel about how do we feel about the specific place? However you want to feel, man. You're entitled to your feelings, right? Mariah with the diss, everybody. 15 people in the chat. Mariah says, have a nice day. I don't use time on brainwashed Trump supporters. Okay, Mariah. See you later. Bye. Thanks for insulting me. My God. If Spider-Man was a whatever, oh my God, Peanut. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Refried says they love that place with all their heart. Okay. You know, I got family that vacation there like once in the 90s, but it's too dangerous to go now. Engine says, oh, totally. Westerners invaded. Oh, here we go. Westerners invented geography, so they get to claim the Middle East as in Asia. Huh. I never really thought about it like that. Like Westerners can say the Middle East is middle, but nobody else can say the Middle East is middle. Why didn't Westerners call Asia Southerners or something like that? I mean, I don't get it. Why did we call the Middle East the Middle East? North America, North America, but then we call Asia Asia. How come we don't call it like South America? I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't really think about geography. I don't really think about people who come up with these terms, you know? There was a question for you in chat, actually. If I were to name them, feel no obligation. Well, no, Sky, it's not that I'm not worried to name them. It's just that people screen record me sometimes, and then they accuse me of saying, like, your opinion to say that it's my own or whatever. That's what they do, eh? Nick says, why am I talking about politics? Well, Nick, I'm reading the chat, so I mean, we're following whatever people's talking about. Earlier, we were talking about working out, arm wrestling and stuff. Thank you, Magoo. All right, see you later, Jeter. Hey, so when the USA invades Canada, Taco. Only the middle is the equator. Because we did, oh yeah, because we did the exploring, says Scott. That's a good point. Yeah, I guess so. Well, I mean, that's the thing about people and the land and the world, eh? I mean, for hundreds and thousands of years, people have been running around the world. You know, like, there's so much stigmatism on immigrants and the free world and exploring and explorers and who explored what and where and all this crap. The truth is, sometimes archaeologists will be digging in a backyard and they'll be like, oh, wow, we found bones that's like 15,000 years old and it comes from Asia descent, you know, and we found, you know, 15,000-year-old skeleton in Africa that was Asian. Maybe Asians were there before African people, you know, and it's just like a never-ending argument. It's like that one particular individual could have just been a explorer or an immigrant or whatever. It doesn't mean that Africa was uh, dominated by a certain culture first or whatever, and just crap like that, eh? And it just goes round and round, never ends. A lot of it has to do with like fear, eh? Favorite hockey moment? Don't got one. I don't really like hockey. Any thoughts on the recent whatever movement in Albania? I have no idea what's going on. Username, I don't know what's going on, dude. I was in America before the dinos. 3 million years ago, but never from 600 years. Yeah, fraud. That's a good point. Welcome back, Lee. I like that stuff a lot. The study of ancient bones and such. Yeah. Yeah, well, sometimes Joe Rogan he'll have these people on his podcast where they talk about archaeology. I like archaeology videos too. There, I just can't think of the names of certain people. Like, oh, I can't think. There's like this older guy with a white beard and he has long white hair slicked back, and I watch him sometimes too. And they talk about like ancient riverbeds in Atlantis. They talk about Atlantis. Yeah, like about Atlantis. Yeah, there's just so much out there for archaeology. And you know something, guys? They say that. Oh, what I think it's interesting that Joe Rogan said that the Olmecs might be Polynesian. Okay, maybe, yeah. Atlantis stuff is interesting. Yeah, they recently said that they did some sort of surveys underneath of Egypt, and they come to the conclusion that it looks like there might be some like metal structures underneath the pyramids, like these like big metal beams underneath one of the big pyramids there. So they're talking about that now, like on the underground archaeology stuff or whatever. And of course, all the main people are trying to silence it. And they don't want to talk about it and all that stuff. Baalbek, yeah, yeah. I'm not totally familiar with. I can't really think about the names of places right now. This is the one like Pepanyana or something like that. I don't know certain ones. I can't think of the certain names. I'm not as into it as, of course, with other stuff. This guy says, nice Atlantis classic, personal beliefs resemble the modern of what we consider semi-futuristic until its supporters eventually gave way. Yeah, could be. Well, it's because they say they go. Some people they want to like discover Atlantis by assessing the amount of erosion that took place in certain riverbeds for thousands of years, and they said that Atlantis maybe is not in the area that people think it is, and all that stuff. I don't know. Huh. So. Da, 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 da. So fingers crossed my buddy drives me to the gym pretty soon there in the next little while. See if he texts me. Wow. Refried, you should make a YouTube channel about that. Atlantis with plasma rifles and black hole technology. That'd be pretty. I'd watch a video about that. Most likely in the ocean, either Africa or Mediterranean, you know. Heard about the silos under the pyramids. Yeah. Nuclear bunkers. Okay. Huh. Yeah, like they did kind of leak this information that there might be some sort of big things underneath the pyramids or whatever. I'm looking forward to these like special planes now. They can drive over they can fly over the Amazon and like study how the ground looks or whatever, even though they're driving over the trees. You know, they got some pretty more advanced technology for looking at like the landscape. And really, they should do more archaeological stuff like in Quebec. I think I used to kind of go like almost kind of nature hunting in the woods or whatever. Not hunting animals, but I used to go for walks in the woods and kind of like old roads and abandoned transport roads when they used to haul logs like 100 years ago and all that kind of stuff. You know, with horses and everything, obviously. And I used to look for like old tractors, old cars, old cans, and I used to like going in the woods and looking all around, looking for arrowheads or whatever. You know, I used to like that stuff. And the odd time some buddies would come with me, but you know, it takes a lot of calories and a lot of time. You know, it takes half a day of walking in the woods, you know, to drive out there, walk out there, take photos, look around, dig up stuff, you know. So it takes a lot of effort when you're just one person, eh? Not that I'm complaining, but you know, I just wish that more people was into archaeology. Uh, yeah. So, but and whenever you walk in the woods alone too, it's kind of scary. And those old trails, I used to bring them back to life. Like I used to cut down a bunch of trees that grew up on the old trails that the horses and all that used to haul the logs out of, and I cut down some trails. And this one trail in particular was like over 1 kilometer long. I cut hundreds of trees, hundreds and hundreds of trees, just going back as far as I possibly could. With just me and a couple close friends. And I put out a hunting camera back there, and I got this photo of a gigantic uh, coyote, gigantic coyote. It's like the size of a wolf in Quebec. Refried says I got to go buy some milk. Yeah, right on, dude. I got like 8 liters of milk. I got some milk today. Sky says we probably have seen any AM nukes they had go off in recent history. I love looking for old arrowheads. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing. Like I'm not an expert, like with good tools and all that kind of stuff. But I tried to pay attention and tried to find what I could. Found some nice blue glass and stuff like that. Jeez. Yeah, there we go. I went looking for nothing in particular and found old fishing reel. Okay, and foundations of a house. Wow. Makes me wonder what everything around right now looks like in a century too. Exactly, exactly. I used to think that stuff too, yeah. Trying to find like, or just like old rock formations, that could have been like from an old tent kind of setup or an old fire pit, because people do like a circle with rocks for a fire pit. Hey Zikra, how's it going? Yeah, you never know what you find, or maybe like an old cave sometimes too. That'd be the best if you could find an old cave in the woods. Kind of freaky though. Make sure there's no mountain lions in it or anything. But shipwrecks with lost gold, yeah. Yeah, well, supposedly there's one or two there's a couple shipwrecks in Quebec too. Because there was a lot of famous rivers. Uh, one to 300 years ago, people used to go to Quebec because of the salmon rivers. So they go over there by boat, and every once in a while, a boat would sink. Because there's a lot of rivers in Quebec, eh? Cut by Oakham, you're wrong. Roll myself some stuff and smoke until I burn my eyes. Okay. Do not go in the caves, says Sky. Yeah, you don't want to pass out and die if there's like methane or something like that. Hey Zikra, how's it going? We're talking about lost treasure and stuff like that. We're talking about like caves, and we're talking about like times we used to walk in the woods. And yeah, just whatever, making trails and putting up hunting cameras and stuff like that. All that fun stuff. I used to love doing that. It's fun when you got buddies or family that has like 10 acres of land or 100 acres of land or whatever the case may be. When you walk in the woods by yourself, though, it's pretty freaky there. But am I American? No, I'm not American. No, I can go magnet fishing, fish up some guns and stuff. Just keep it and take care of it as it won't gain value with time. Yeah, so it's a possibility. Sure. I have to get a boat though first, right? You have to get a boat and then a magnet, right? Because where I live, if I tossed out a magnet, I would only shoot it out like 10 feet because we got like long. I don't know how to say this. Like it'd be like 100 feet of. There's like 100 feet of like 1 foot water, and then it gets to be, and then it's like a drop off, and then it's like 20 feet deep. And it's like the ocean. So if you shot the magnet out, it would either A, go way down, you have to walk out, and you're walking in the mud and all that stuff, and it's only 1 or 2 feet deep, so you kind of sink into it there, like it's gross and scary, and you don't want to, it's not, it's not like I have a nice wharf to shoot the frickin' magnet off of. And even if I did shoot a magnet off a wharf, I'd probably pull up a bicycle and a bucket and old fishing lures and stuff and pull up a bunch of crap. Maybe the odd ring or something. You never know, but probably like bikes and grocery carts and stuff. My stories about old civilization are too exaggerated. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Probably making it, yeah. The past is always seen with soft eyes. of easier times, making it mythical. Lost knowledge, yeah. Like the older generation cutting down trees and working with sawmills. That's a lot of thing too in Quebec. If you look at the old maps, what people did is they made trails and then they hauled the wood out of it, or they shot it into a river and let the logs go down river, right? Thousands of logs. Then after that, when they got the roads done, they put in sawmills. They took the best wood, made lumber with it. Then they built houses. Then they sent out the lumber, and that's how they did it. So when you look at these old maps, and then finally it was transports, right? And then maintained roads with heavy equipment. But when we're talking about the first settlers, I mean, what else could you do besides pick the easiest lumber? And the easiest lumber was always right next to a river because it was like a trail, it's like a trail. You either walk up a mountain or along a river. And if you look in Canada and Quebec, all the roads are along either rivers or the ocean, or in the middle where there's less mountains, because it was easier. They take the path of least resistance. Something most rivers, as far as I know, whether it's any good. Yeah, magnet fishing in the river too, I guess. Yeah, sure. It's not too bad. What's up, RLB? Drew says he got the flu. Oh no. Yeah, I had a cold a couple of days ago too. California gold rush. Yeah, I'd like to do that. You never know. I'd like to do that. Sure. Okay. Interesting. Well, I think it's time to wrap it up, I guess. Time to header, might as well. I don't feel like staying for an hour and a half or whatever. Hey. So, hope you guys like the vibe. Oh, Ryan, smoker's flu. Okay, interesting. Huh. Wow, just when my eyes start to look good right now, now I look even better. Why do Americans think patent? I don't know, Drew. Why do Americans think that? No idea. Yeah, I never smoked a cigarette for like 7, 8 years too. General Patton. I don't know who that is either. All right, catch you guys later. If you guys like this, hit the subscribe. Seriously, subscribe. Watch my videos.